Thank you for joining with us here today. Our Creator endowed us with the right to life, and yet millions of children lose their right to life every year because of abortion. In Texas, we work to save those lives. Now, we're about to make it law.
The law in effect in Texas right now bans abortion after about 6 weeks. There's no exception for rape or incest. What that means is a stark thing. It means a woman who is forcibly impregnated by a rapist, that woman will be forced to bear the rapist's child against her will.
Pro-choice advocates say what the Supreme Court has done is taken away a fundamental right.
Anti-abortion law will soon allow Americans across the country to sue Texas-based abortion providers or anyone who aids an abortion past 6 weeks. Now, this is the most draconian anti-abortion law that's passed in the country. So let me explain how that works. So if successful in this lawsuit, the petitioner who does not have to reside in Texas will receive a $10,000 award and the cost for attorney's fees. First of all, there's a financial incentive for people across the country to sue abortion providers in Texas, which is an issue.
And now with federal protection for abortion rights gone, traveling across state lines will be the reality for so many women.
Tonight is the night. We're getting ready for the big Halloween party that my parents forbid me to go to. And here it all began. We were having so much fun dancing and drinking, and there were a lot of people I didn't know, but that was okay. After a while, I started feeling a little dizzy. Maybe I had one drink too many. I was seeking a quiet place, so I decided to go upstairs, but then everything went black. While I was waking up, I heard my parents scream. I felt bruises on my arm, legs, my entire body. I felt pain everywhere. What happened? I can't remember anything. I had to struggle keeping my eyes open. The thought of not knowing what happened terrified me. I didn't feel like myself. I felt different. While my parents had grounded me for life, I started becoming sick. At first, I thought it was a fever, but I was puking 4 times a day, and I already missed my period. At first, I didn't give it that much thought, but I had to know. Maybe something happened at the party? I went to the drugstore to get a pregnancy test, just in case. And there it was, 2 whole stripes on the stick. I was scared for life. How? And my parents, how am I going to tell them? They're super religious, conservative, and 100% pro-life. They will force me to keep it. I decided to do some research online for an abortion. Even though it's illegal in Texas, I had to find a way.
As we mentioned earlier, abortion is now banned in Texas, but that's not stopping Texas women from heading to states where abortion is legal.
Our Janelle Bluta traveled to New Mexico to visit a clinic there.
But New Mexico isn't the only state Texas women are going to. We pulled the numbers from Louisiana, Oklahoma, and Colorado. All show increases in Texas women traveling there last year for an abortion.
This is impossible. Every abortion clinic that can help me is at least a 5 hours drive. And if anyone catches me, I'm in big trouble and risk getting sued for up to $10,000, and not to mention jail time. And even if I do this, I need a place to sleep and money for gas, and I cannot afford that. Maybe there's a way to do this at home. Surely there's medication for this. I found a few medication sites from either China or Mexico, and while they're mostly safe, there are still some risks involved.
Medical abortions or pill-based abortions have been on the rise since the turn of the century, and data suggests that they now account for more than half of abortions in the US. Because ordering online from international vendors doesn't require a prescription, doctors expect patients to turn to the internet for access. They worry that patients might end up buying abortion pills from disreputable sources, which could be dangerous.
I could either get caught and again risk jail time while still having to keep the baby. And what if I receive bad pills and risk my life? I really don't know what to do anymore. Illegal medication is too dangerous, and who knows what can happen. Also, I cannot drive all the way to the other states. I don't have the money for that. I guess I'll have to accept that I'm gonna be a mom, and my parents are going to kill me, and my life is over. Surely this cannot be the end of it. Do women in this state really have nowhere to turn to? There was this one girl named Sophia who was also living in Texas. She lives in Austin, which is only a couple hours away from me. Sophia was 16 when she found out that she was pregnant. She told me her story and how she got help with an abortion. She found an organization in Maryland who are helping women in the United States to get an abortion. She traveled 1,500 miles for her abortion. She was scared that anyone would find out, but she did everything herself. She called the clinic and told her story. She was so grateful that she got in touch with the abortion fund because she did not know what to do until they helped her. Me and Sophia started meeting up in Austin. I went to her place and then we took an Uber to the city. There are a lot of small cafes and bars everywhere, so we just headed to one to go grab a cup of coffee. We became fast friends. She helped me get in contact with this organization and told me the whole process. There was only one problem: money. I have a little side job, but it does not pay nearly enough. But Sophia told me that the organization paid for her flight and hotel because they want to help young women perform abortions safely. 1 week later, the organization calls me. They said I could leave the next morning on the first flight from Austin to Maryland, which I was so grateful for. I could not believe my ears. I told my parents I'd spent the weekend with Sophia, a friend from college. I went to her house and we went out, and I was so nervous, but Sophia definitely calmed me down and told me that everything was going to be just fine. The next day, she dropped me off at the airport. With my little suitcase, I walked to the gate and got onto the plane. It was so scary to do it all. I did not know what was coming next. Can I trust an organization I don't even know, with strangers I don't know either? Only time will tell.